My name is Gloria Henderson, and I'm 64 years old. For 35 years, I poured everything into being a mother. I drove to every soccer game, sat through every school play, and worked double shifts as a nurse to make sure my son Marcus never went without. This Christmas, he taught me that sometimes the greatest gift you can give your children is showing them exactly who they raised. It was December 15th, a Tuesday evening. I was wrapping presents in my living room, humming along to Nat King Cole when my phone buzzed. A text from Marcus. Mom, Jenna and I have been talking. We need space this Christmas. Please don't come. We'll catch up in the new year. I stared at the message, the ribbon in my hand going slack. No explanation, no phone call. Just a text, as if I were a casual acquaintance being uninvited from a party. I set down the scissors carefully and read it again. Then I noticed he'd sent it at 5:47 p.m. Right around the time Jenna usually got home from her part-time job at the yoga studio. The timing wasn't coincidental. I've been widowed for 10 years. My husband Carl died of a heart attack when Marcus was in college. Since then, Christmas had been our sacred time, the one holiday where it was just us, maintaining traditions Carl had started. Last year was the first time Jenna joined us as Marcus's new wife. She'd spent most of the day on her phone, complaining about my dated decorations and asking when we'd open presents. I didn't respond to the text immediately. Instead, I continued wrapping the gifts I'd already bought them. A KitchenAid mixer Jenna had been dropping hints about, the smartwatch Marcus wanted, gift cards to their favorite restaurants. Each fold of paper felt heavier than the last. An hour later, while I was still processing the rejection, my phone buzzed again. This time, it was a Facebook notification. Jenna had tagged me in a post. So blessed to share our Christmas wish list with family and friends. Every little bit helps as we start our journey toward buying a house. #blessed, #Christmas miracle, #family love. Below was a link to their Amazon wish list. I clicked it, expecting maybe a few household items. What I found made me laugh, actually laugh out loud in my empty living room. A $2,000 espresso machine, a complete Le Creuset cookware set, a 65-inch OLED TV, designer luggage, a Dyson hairdryer, gaming consoles. The list went on and on, totaling just over $8,000. At the bottom, Jenna had written a note. We know times are tough for everyone, but any contribution toward our dreams would mean the world. Sending love to all our supporters. Supporters, not family. Supporters. I noticed she tagged not just me, but Marcus's aunts, uncles, cousins, the entire Henderson family tree. The same people they'd been too busy to visit for the past 2 years. I sat back in my recliner, surrounded by half-wrapped presents, and felt something shift inside me. It wasn't anger, exactly. It was clarity. They didn't want me at Christmas, but they wanted my money. They needed space for my presents, but not from my credit card. I picked up my laptop and logged into Amazon. Their entire wish list stared back at me, a monument to entitlement. I hovered over the Buy All button. Then I smiled and clicked it. The total with tax and shipping came to $8,247.93. I watched the payment process, feeling oddly calm. But I wasn't done. Before confirming the order, I changed the shipping address. Instead of Marcus and Jenna's apartment, I entered Haven House Homeless Shelter, 847 Mission Boulevard. The same shelter where I'd been volunteering every Saturday for the past 3 years, where real families who'd been broken by circumstances beyond their control, would spend Christmas hoping for warm meals and small miracles. I confirmed the order and received an immediate email confirmation. $8,000 worth of luxury items would arrive at Haven House within the week. Then I went back to Facebook and commented on Jenna's post, "Done, Merry Christmas." The likes started pouring in immediately. Jenna responded with a string of heart emojis and "OMG, thank you so much, Gloria." Marcus texted within minutes, "Mom, did you really buy everything?" Jenna's crying happy tears. "Thank you." Interesting how quickly he could text when money was involved. "You're welcome," I replied. "I hope everything arrives safely." I spent the rest of the evening finishing my wrapping, but not for them. I wrapped the gifts I'd bought for the families at Haven House. Practical things like warm coats, blankets, and toys for the children. The expensive gifts I'd bought for Marcus and Jenna, those would be donated too. The shelter could auction them for funds or give them to families starting over. For the next few days, I received enthusiastic texts from Marcus and Jenna. They were tracking the packages obsessively, planning where everything would go in their apartment. Jenna posted daily countdown updates on social media. I responded to each message warmly, playing along. After all, they wanted space. I was giving them exactly that. On December 22nd, 3 days before Christmas, my phone rang at 7 a.m. Marcus. Mom, there must be some mistake. Amazon says all the packages were delivered, but we haven't received anything. Oh, I said, pouring my coffee. That's strange. What does the tracking say? It says delivered to Haven House. What's Haven House? The homeless shelter where I volunteer, I said calmly. The delivery address must have gotten mixed up somehow. Silence. Then, mixed up. Mom, how does a delivery address get mixed up? I don't know, sweetheart. Technology these days. You know I'm not good with computers. Can you call them? Get our stuff. Your stuff? I asked innocently. I thought they were gifts. You know what I mean. I'll see what I can do, I said. But you know, those families at the shelter really need things for Christmas. Maybe this was meant to be. Meant to be, Mom, that's $8,000 worth off. Of gifts, I finished. Gifts that are making a lot of people happy right now. The director called yesterday. She was in tears. Said it was a Christmas miracle. This isn't funny. I'm not laughing, Marcus. I'm having coffee in my kitchen, alone, respecting the space you asked for. Jenna's voice suddenly came through. He put me on speaker. Gloria, those were specifically for us. This is theft. Theft? I repeated. I bought items from a public wish list and had them delivered. The receipt is in my name. Nothing was stolen. You know what we mean? Jenna shrieked. Actually, I don't, I said. Just like I didn't know what Marcus meant when he uninvited me from Christmas. But I'm learning. Space is important, isn't it? Mom, Marcus's voice was strained. Please, just go get our things. I can't, I said simply. They've already been distributed. The espresso machine went to the shelter's community room. The TV is in their children's area. The El Crucet set is being auctioned for the food program. Amazing how quickly good things find homes when people truly need them. This is insane. We needed those things. No, I said quietly, you wanted those things. There's a difference. The families at Haven House. They need winter coats. They need warm meals. They need to know someone cares about them at Christmas. So you're punishing us? Punishing? I set down my coffee cup. Marcus, you told me not to come for Christmas. I respected that. You posted a wish list. I bought it. How is that punishment? You know exactly what you did. Yes, I agreed. I did exactly what you asked. I gave you space and bought your wish list. The fact that you assumed my generosity would continue despite being excluded, well, that's something you might want to think about. Jenna's right, he said coldly. You're manipulative. That stung, but I'd been a nurse for too long to show it. Perhaps. Or perhaps I'm a mother who finally realized that enabling isn't love. You're 34 years old, Marcus. You have a wife, a job, an apartment. If you want expensive things, work for them. If you want family at Christmas, treat them like family. We're done, he snapped. Don't expect to hear from us. I haven't expected anything from you in years, I said softly. That's the problem. He hung up. I sat in my kitchen in the silence that had become my constant companion and waited to feel guilty. It didn't come. Instead, I felt free. That afternoon, I went to Haven House for my regular volunteer shift. The place was transformed. The new TV had been mounted in the children's playroom, where kids who'd never owned a gaming console were taking turns playing. The espresso machine was already being used by the staff, who usually made do with instant coffee. Patricia, the shelter director, hugged me the moment she saw me. Gloria, I can't thank you enough. But are you sure? This is so much. It's exactly where it needs to be, I assured her. The woman who received the luggage set cried, she said. She's starting a new job next month and had been worried about showing up with garbage bags. Now she has proper bags. You gave her dignity. That's when I felt the tears come, not for what I'd lost, but for what I'd found. On Christmas Eve, I received one last text from Marcus. I hope you're happy. Jenna's family thinks we're deadbeats now. Her parents had to buy us presents because we told everyone you'd covered the big stuff. I didn't respond. I was too busy helping serve Christmas dinner to 200 people who were grateful just to be warm and fed. People who said thank you and meant it. People who understood that presents meant more than presents. But I did post one photo on Facebook that night. It showed the shelter's community room, decorated and full of smiling families. The expensive TV visible in the background, children playing happily. My caption read, "Spent Christmas Eve with my chosen family at Haven House. Wonderful to see all those wishes from the Amazon list making people happy. Sometimes the best gifts are the ones that find the right homes. #blessed #true Christmas miracle." Jenna unfriended me within an hour. Marcus blocked me completely. But here's the thing about space, it goes both ways. They'd asked for distance, and I'd given it to them. But in that distance, I found something precious, self-respect. The calls started coming from other family members by Christmas morning. Apparently, Jenna had posted a rant about how I'd stolen Christmas and manipulated everyone. But the relatives who called weren't sympathetic to them. Gloria, my sister Linda said, "Did they really uninvite you and then expect presents?" They did. "And you sent $8,000 to charity instead." I did. She laughed so hard she had to put the phone down. "That's the best thing I've heard all year. Carl would be so proud." And you know what? She was right. Carl, who had worked construction his whole life, who had taught Marcus the value of honest work, who had never asked for a handout, he would have loved this. By New Year's, Marcus had unblocked me long enough to send one message. "When you're ready to apologize, we might consider having you back in our lives." I sent back, "I'm volunteering at Heaven House every Christmas from now on. You're welcome to join me. No gift required, just your presence." He blocked me again. But here's what Marcus doesn't understand, what Jenna will never grasp. I didn't lose a son that Christmas. I found my backbone. I discovered that being a good mother doesn't mean being a doormat. It means teaching your children that actions have consequences, even when, especially when, those children are adults. The families at Heaven House still talk about the Christmas miracle of 2023. They don't know the whole story, just that someone donated enough to make their holidays magical. Patricia asked me once if I regretted it. No, I told her. Those gifts went exactly where they were supposed to go, to people who valued them. She squeezed my hand. "And you're exactly where you're supposed to be too." She was right. Every Saturday, I'm at the shelter. Every holiday, I'm there. Not out of spite or to prove a point, but because I found something there that I lost in my own family. Appreciation, genuine connection, and the true meaning of giving. Marcus and Jenna, I hear things through the family grapevine, still posting wish lists, still asking for handouts, still learning nothing. But I learned something valuable that Christmas. When someone asks for space, give it to them. All of it. The space from your presence, and your enabling. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back and let people experience the consequences of their choices. And sometimes when you create space in your life by removing those who don't value you, you find it fills up with people who do. That's the real Christmas miracle. Not the gifts or the gatherings, but discovering that you're worth more than being someone's ATM with arms. That revelation. That's worth more than any wish list. So yes, I needed space at Christmas too. Space from users. Space from guilt. Space from the exhausting performance of pretending selfishness is love. Best $8,000 I ever spent.